Assalamu alaikum, dear students. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss about capsules in the course of dosage form science 415. In previous lecture, students, we have discussed that what are powders and granules. Remember, students, that this is the chapter of solid dosage form in which we have discussed about the powders and capsules. In the continuation of that, in today's lecture, students, we are going to discuss briefly about the capsules. So let's start with today's topic, students. First, with the definition that what are capsules, students. Capsules are the dosage form in which the active pharmaceutical ingredient in the form of powder, semi-solid or liquid form of drug are enclosed in a shell. So simply, students, capsules is a type of dosage form in which the active pharmaceutical ingredient is enclosed in a shell. And the shell is generally made from gelatin but can be made from other polymers such as hydroxypropyl methyl cellulose, which is abbreviated as HPMC, polyvinyl alcohol, PVA, seaweed, or star. So students, the shell which is used for the enclosement of the active pharmaceutical ingredient is made up of these types of polymer. But for commercial purposes, most usable polymer is gelatin, which is used in the formulation of hard gelatin capsules. Let's proceed further, students. Hope the definition is clear. It is very simple that capsules are the solid dosage form in which the active pharmaceutical ingredient in the form of powder, granules, semi-solid, or liquid dosage form of drugs are enclosed in a shell. Depending on the composition of the gelatin shell, students, the capsule can be divided into two general types, that is hard or soft gelatin capsules. Soft gelatin capsules are also known as soft gels, and these are made from relatively more flexible plasticized gelatin film than the hard gelatin capsules. So on the basis of composition of the gelatin shell, capsules is of two types, that is hard gelatin capsules or soft gelatin capsules, which are also called soft gels. Most soft and hard gelatin capsules are intended to be swallowed as a whole. However, some soft gelatin capsules are intended for rectal or vaginal insertion as suppositories. Student, suppositories is also a type of dosage form. In the next chapters, we will study about the suppositories in detail. For now, students, most soft and hard capsules are intended to be swallowed as a whole. Means capsule is a type of dosage form which will have to be swallowed by the patient like tablets. But in some cases, these capsules are also inserted into the body cavity like rectal or vaginal cavities. Some soft gelatin capsules are intended to be cut open by the patient to remove and externally apply the contained medicament, for example, ophthalmically. Students, so from this paragraph, we know that capsules are made to be swallowed. They are intended to be swallowed by the patient as a whole, but in some cases, capsules may also be inserted into the body cavity and may also be applied externally by cutting the shell and remove the medicament and then apply on the body. Like in ophthalmology, it is used. Let's proceed further, students. Students, the most important parameter is the bioavailability of the drug from the dosage form. As far as bioavailability from capsule, it is usually high and similar to those of immediate release tablets. The capsule shell is intended to rapidly dissolve upon contact with the gastrointestinal fluids, thus releasing the capsule's content. Coating of capsule shell or drug particles within the capsule with sustained release polymers can prolong the drug release and affect bioavailability. Students, either the capsule is coated with the polymer which are used for the prolonged or sustained drug delivery system, or the powders or the granules that are filled in the capsule are coated with the polymers which has the ability to retain the drug for the longer period of time, and this ultimately will result in the effect it will result to affect the bioavailability of the drug. Let's proceed further, students. Although capsules made from gelatin shells are predominant, non-gelatin capsules are also available in the market. Hard shell capsules made from starch were developed by Capsogel. Shells manufactured from hydroxypropyl methyl cellulose are also available. HPMC capsules generally have lower equilibrium moisture contents than gelatin capsule and may show better physical stability on exposure to extremely low humidity. The majority of capsule products manufactured today are hard gelatin capsules. As students, we have discussed that in market, most of the capsules are available in hard gelatin shell, but soft gel capsules are also present in the market, and few capsules which are made from hydroxypropyl methyl cellulose are also available. And one most important thing is that the equilibrium moisture content of hydroxypropyl methyl cellulose is means the HPMC contains low moisture content than the gelatin capsule and may show better physical stability on exposure to extremely low humidity. When the capsule shell are exposed to low humidity or dry condition, they may become brittle because the moisture contained in the cell will be lost due to extreme low humidity or dry conditions. These are the shapes of the capsules that are available for soft gel capsules and the content which can be filled. Like you can see here, round capsules, oval, tube-like, and oblong. Schematic diagrams illustrating different shapes of soft gelatin capsules. Range of fill volume is also indicated. So in these shapes, soft gelatin capsules are available. Now for hard gelatin capsule students, the size range is from 000 to 5. Means there are 8 sizes available. The largest size is starting from 000 and the smallest one is of 5. And these are the volumes that it can be filled in the capsule. These are the height and outer diameter of the capsules. So there are different size shapes are available for the capsule shell. Let's proceed further. Now, students, let's start with the hard gelatin capsule. Hard gelatin capsule shells are used in most commercial medicated capsules. They are also commonly employed in clinical drug trials to compare the effect of an investigational drug with those of another drug product or placebo. Means these capsules are available in the market. Commercially, they are available and they are also used for research purposes. The community pharmacist also uses hard gelatin capsules in the extemporaneous compounding of prescription. The empty capsule shells are made of gelatin, sugar, and water. These cells are made as such they can be clear, colorless, and essentially tasteless. They may be colored with various food, drug, and cosmetic acts. Approved dyes and colors are used for their preparation. Opacants or opaque, they are made opaque by the addition of titanium dioxide. By opaque, we means that the content which is present inside the capsule is not visible from the outside. Most commercially available medicated capsules contain combinations of colorants and opaquants to make them distinctive. Many with caps and bodies of different colors. As we have studied that there may be different types of colors and dyes which are approved from the FD&C are used for the demarcation of the capsules or for their differentiation. There are different colors and dyes which are available and are used in capsule manufacturing. Students, gelatin is obtained by the partial hydrolysis of collagen from the skin, white connective tissue, and bones of animals. In commerce, it is available in the form of fine powder a coarse powder, shreds, flakes, or sheets. So these are the different forms in which the gelatin is available. Gelatin is stable in air when dry, but is subjected to microbial decomposition when it becomes moist. So uh, gelatin is also prone to microbial decomposition, means it will be decomposed by bacteria when it becomes moist. Let's proceed further, student. Student, normally hard gelatin capsules contain 13 to 60% of moisture. However, if stored in an environment of high humidity, additional moisture is absorbed by the capsules and they may become distorted and lose their rigid shape. So student, the capsule shells which are used for the filling of the active pharmaceutical ingredient contains 13 to 16% of moistures. And if these shells are exposed to high humidity, they will gain moisture, and because of this, their rigidity and shape will be lost. In an environment of extreme dryness, some of the moisture normally present in the gelatin capsules, as discussed, that 13 to 60% of moisture is present in the capsule shells. If these capsule shells are exposed to extreme dryness, the moisture contained in the shell will be lost and the shell will become brittle and crumbled when handled. Therefore, it is desirable to maintain a hard gelatin capsule in an environment free from excessive humidity or dryness. Means there will be a specific condition under which you will have to store the capsule shells. Otherwise, these two conditions may occur, and that will result the uh, uh, distability of the capsule shells. Student, because moisture may be absorbed by gelatin capsule and may affect hygroscopic agents within. Many capsules are packed along with a small packet of desiccant material to protect against the absorption of atmospheric moisture. The desiccant materials most often used are dried silica gel, clay, and activated charcoal. Students, these shells contain moisture and they may also absorb moisture from the atmosphere. Therefore, those APIs or active pharmaceutical ingredients which are sensitive to moisture, which are hygroscopic in nature, so they may get affected by the moisture absorbed by the capsule from the environment. Therefore, within the package of capsule or within the packaging material of capsule, a small packet of desiccant is also available, which mostly contains silica gel, dried silica gel, clay, and activated charcoal that helps to protect the capsules from absorbing moisture. Prolonged exposure to high humidity can affect in vitro capsule dissolution. As students, we know that dissolution is one of the most important steps regarding the bioavailability. Before absorption, dissolution must occur in solid dosage form. And if prolonged exposure of capsule occurs to high humidity, it may change the dissolution results of the products. Such changes have been observed in capsules containing tetracycline, chloramphenicol, and nitrofurantoin. These are the active pharmaceutical ingredients, and they may get affected by high humidity when they are packed or filled in a capsule form. Because such changes could forewarn of possible changes in bioavailability, capsules subjected to such stress conditions must be evaluated case by case. Means if you have a lot of capsules and these capsule contain one of these three ingredients, so you will have to check the in vitro dissolution test before marketing those product, and this is a compendial test for all the solid dosage form. Means this is a prerequisite test. Without dissolution test, no industry is allowed to market its product. So prolonged exposure of the cell can affect the in vitro capsule dissolution. Let's proceed further, student. Although gelatin is insoluble, it does soften in cold water through the absorption of water up to 10 times its weight of water. Some patients prefer to swallow a capsule wetted with water or saliva because a wetted capsule slides down the throat more readily than a dry capsule. Gelatin is soluble in hot water and in warm gastric fluid. A gelatin capsule rapidly dissolves and exposes its contents. Gelatin, being a protein, is digested by proteolytic enzymes and absorbed in the body. So now students, the first step which we are going to study is the manufacturing of capsules or manufacture of shells. Hard gelatin shells are made, and then in these hard gelatin shells, powders filled for powder or granules are filled later. So first step in the hard gelatin capsule is the manufacture of shells. Hard gelatin capsule shells are manufactured in two sections, the capsule body and a shorter cap. The two parts overlap when joined, with the cap fitting snugly or tightly over the open end of the capsule body. Means hard gelatin capsule shells are manufactured in two sections, the body and the shorter cap. And these two are then overlap when joined with the cap. Fitting snugly means tightly over the open end of the capsule body. The shells are produced industrially by the mechanical dipping of pins or pegs of the desired shape and diameter into a temperature controlled reservoir of melted gelatin mixture. The pegs made of manganese bronze are affixed to plates, each capable of holding up to about 500 pegs. Means students in industrial practices, hard gelatin shells are made through mechanical dipping of pins or pegs of the desired shape and diameter into a temperature controlled reservoir of melted gelatin mixture. Means there, there will be a plate which will contain pins or pegs of the desired shape and diameter in which you want to prepare the capsule. Those pegs are then dipped mechanically into the temperature controlled gelatin mixture and then removed from that mixtures, and after that dried and the capsules are separated. So we will study these processes, and one plate mostly contains up to 500 peaks. Means in one rotation we can prepare 500 capsule shells. Each plate is mechanically lowered to the gelatin bath. The peaks or pins are submerged to the desired depth and maintained for the desired period to achieve the proper length and thickness of coating of the capsule shell. Then the plate and the peaks are slowly lifted from the bath and the gelatin is dried by gentle flow of temperature and humidity controlled air. When dried, each capsule part is trimmed mechanically to the proper length and removed from the peaks or pins, and the capsule's bodies and caps are joined together. Student, it is important that the thickness of the gelatin walls be strictly controlled so that the capsule body and cap fit snugly to prevent disengagement. The pegs on which the caps are formed are slightly larger in diameter than the pegs on which the bodies are formed, allowing the telescoping of the caps over the bodies. In capsule shell production, there is a continuous dipping, drying, removing, and joining of capsules as the peak containing plates rotate in and out of the gelatin bath. As noted earlier, capsule shells may be made distinctive by adding colorants and opaquants to the gelatin bath. Students, one most important thing is that the cap diameter, the pins or the pegs which are used for the cap preparation have greater diameter than the body of the capsule so that they can be fixed on the body of the capsules. Students, this is the schematic representation of hard gelatin capsules. Here you can see that it contains two-part body. This is the body of the capsule and the upper part is the cap of the capsule. And you can see that the diameter of the body is less than the diameter of the cap so that it can be fit. Here we can see that schematic diagrams of hard gelatin capsule illustrating their design features. The larger, narrower part of the capsule is the body. This is the larger and this is the narrow part which is called the body. And the smaller, wider part is the cap. As you can see in figure 1, this is the cap of the capsule and this is the body of the capsule. It means that capsule contains two parts, cap and body. show that the whole capsule with a cap over the body. This is the body of the capsule and this is the cap over the body of the capsule. Figure B, students, shows the notch on the tip of the body. These are the notch on the tip of the body which are used for the interlocking of the cap. The head of the capsule body is made tapered instead of sharp edge of the body so that it can fit easily. Students, diagram C shows the mechanism of how the grooves in the cap fits over the notch of the body, while dimples on the cap and the body may also interlock. These are the dimples which we will study that for what purpose these dimples are used, and this is the place for the cap, and these are the notches on which the cap is fitted. Students, let's proceed further. Conventionally, the body and the cap had smooth edges with diameter of the cap being slightly higher than that of the body. The two components could slide over each other as shown in the figure 18.2a. To minimize defects during the production process, the design of the edge of the body was tapered to allow smooth penetration into the cap with minimum defects during high-speed production operation. So in figure 2 you can see that this is the tapered end of the capsule. It is not made sharp so that it can easily fit in the cap of the capsule. For this purpose, the edge of the capsule body is made tapered so that it can be inserted easily into the body, into the cap. Now let's proceed further. The capsules were modified to have an encircling groove each on the cap and the body, and or a notch to allow firm locking of the cap on the body. To accommodate the need or for a firm seal in the case of liquid and semi-solid filled hard gelatin capsule, raised circular bands which are called dimples were introduced on the body and the cap along the sealing zone. So these dimples are used in those capsules in which we fill liquid or semi-solid dosage forms, which help and facilitate the sealing process of the capsules. Students, these are the schematic diagram of the pigs. Here you can see these are the pigs or pins, and this is the solution of the gelatin which is controlled, which has controlled temperature and humidity in the surrounding. These pins are dipped in the gelatin solution and then removed, and after that the process is continuously drying and cooling process occurs so that these shells then can be removed from the pens. There are different pens which are used for the body preparation of the capsule and the cap preparation of the capsules, and the diameter of the body of these pens is smaller than the diameter of the cap of the capsules. Mean the diameter of the capsule cap is greater so that it can fit easily. These are the pens and this is the plate. This plate contains around 500 pens, and in one rotation 500 shells can be prepared. This is the plate. This plate contains these pigs or pins, and then these pigs or pins are inserted into a gelatin solution and then lifted up. After that, drying process occurs, and after drying, cooling, and then removing these shells into proper capsules. So this is the schematic representation of the capsule shell manufacturing of hard gelatin capsules. Now the first step we have done that how the capsule shells are manufactured. So we have studied, let's summarize it shortly, that hard gelatin capsules are made in two separate sections, the capsule body and shorter caps, and for that purpose we use the plate which contains pigs, and then these pigs are around 500 in numbers, and then these pigs are dipped into the gelatin solution. After that, these pins are removed and then dried and separated from the pigs so that we can obtain the shells of the capsules. Now the second step is, students, the preparation of filled hard gelatin capsules. After preparing shells. Now these shells will have to be filled. So the large scale or small scale preparation of filled hard gelatin capsule is divided into the following journal steps. The first step is developing and preparing the formulation and selecting the capsule size, filling the capsule shells, sealing, and then cleaning and polishing the filled capsules. These are the four steps which are used for the preparation of filled hard gelatin capsules. First, developing and preparing the formulation and selecting the capsule size. We will have to select the size of the capsules because capsules are available in different sizes as we have discussed. After that, we will fill the capsule, seal the capsule, and then at last cleaning the filled capsules. So let's discuss these phases or these stages one by one. Developing and preparing the formulation and selecting the capsule size. Students, the active and inactive components must be blended thoroughly to ensure a uniform powder mix for the fill. A diluent or filler may be added to the formulation to produce the proper capsule fill volume. For this purposes, lactose, microcrystalline cellulose, and starch are commonly used, and these are the diluents which are used with the active pharmaceutical ingredient in capsule filling. Among the disintegrants used are pre-gelatinized starch, cross-carbamylose, and sodium starch glycolate. These are the disintegrants which are used in the capsule formulation. The addition of lubricant or glidants such as fumed silicon dioxide, magnesium stearate, calcium stearate, stearic acid, or talc about 0.25% to 1% to the powder mix enhances flow properties on high speed automated equipment. So the formulation contains students, diluent, disintegrant, and gradient. Gradient or lubricant is a substance which enhance the flow properties of the powder mix. So students, when magnesium stearate is used as the lubricant, the waterproofing characteristics of this water insoluble material can retard the penetration by the gastrointestinal fluid and delay drug dissolution and absorption. Student, because magnesium stearate is waterproofing means it repel water, it is hydrophobic in nature, and it will not absorb water. If we use magnesium stearate in our formulation, it will retard the penetration of water into the capsule, and that will ultimately results in the delay of the dissolution and absorption. A surface active agent such as sodium lauryl sulfate is used to facilitate wetting by the gastrointestinal fluids to overcome the problem. When we used magnesium stearate as a lubricant, along with it, a surface active agent or surfactant sodium lauryl sulfate is used so that the water penetration problem is solved. Students, when necessary, particle size may be reduced by milling to produce particles ranging from about 50 to 1000 micrometer. Micronization 1 to 10, 20 micrometer. Means we also reduce the particle size of the active pharmaceutical ingredient or the formulation in the capsule so that it will facilitate the absorption of the active pharmaceutical ingredient. Hard gelatin capsules are used to encapsulate about 65 milligram to 1 gram of the powdered materials. Any easy method to select the proper capsule is to weigh the ingredient for the required number of capsules to be prepared. Student place the powder in a graduated cylinder and obtain the volume occupied by the powders. Divided the volume by the number of capsules to be prepared, and this provide the volume that will be occupied by the powder for each capsule. So this is a general criteria to find out the fill volume of the capsule. Now student, filling hard capsules shells. The next step is how we will fill these hard capsule shells. So on industrial scale, there are automated machines which are used for the filling of the capsules. The powder to be encapsulated is placed on a sheet of a clean paper or on a glass or porcelain plate. Using the spatula, the powder mix is formed into a cake having a depth of approximately 1/4 to 1/3 the length of the capsule body. Then an empty capsule body is held between the thumb and forefinger and punched vertically into the powder cake repeatedly until it is filled. This method is the manual method for the filling of capsules. Granular materials that does not lend itself to the punch method of filling capsule may be poured into each capsule from the powder paper on which it is wet. The various hand-operated filling machines have capacities ranging from 24 to 300 capsule and when efficiently operated are capable of producing about 200 to 2000 capsules per hour. Students' machine developed for industrial use are automatically separate the caps from the empty capsule, fill the body, scrape off the excess powder, replace the caps, seal the capsules as desired, and clean the outside of the filled capsule at up to 165,000 capsules per hour. These are the machines which are available in industries, and these are high efficiency automated machine which perform all the functions. This is the method for the hand filling method. Here you can see that the powder is spelled on the sheet, and this sheet contain capsule shell, and then this capsules then another plate which contain caps of the capsule is put on these shells, and by punching the powder is filled into the capsules and the capsules are locked together with the cap. This is the industrial setup. Here you can see that all the processes are performed. These are the ingredients, these are the lubricants. They are come to a single hopper. Here mixing or sieving occurs. After that blending occurs. Then again powder blender, and these are the empty capsules. These two comes here in the capsule filling machine. Capsule filling machine fills the capsule with the powder. Then after that inspection of the capsule takes place, and finally packaging of the capsule occurs. So it is a continuous process in a single row. These type of complex or sophisticated equipments are available in industries. Now students, the next step is the capsule sealing. Up till now we have studied that how the capsule shell are manufactured, then how the capsule shell are filled, and now how the capsule shell are sealed. Manufacturer makes distinctive looking capsule by sealing them with a colored band of gelatin. Capsules may also be sealed through a heat welding process that fuses the capsule cap to the body. The process results in a distinctive ring around the capsule where heat welded occurs. Still another process uses a liquid wetting agent that lowers the melting point in the contact area of the capsule cap and body, and then thermally bonds the two parts using low temperature 40 to 45 degrees centigrade. So a liquid wetting agent can also be used for the sealing of the capsule. Student, industrial capsule sealing machines are capable of producing 640 to 15000 gelatin banded, heat welded, or thermally coupled capsules per hour. Extemporaneously prepared capsules may be sealed by lightly coating the inner surface of the cap with a warm gelatin solution immediately prior to placement on the filled capsule body. So these are the different methods through which we can seal the capsule. Capsule sealing. Now, the last stage is cleaning and polishing of the capsule. On small scale, capsules may be cleaned individually or in a small number by rubbing them with a clean gauze or cloth. On large scale, many capsule filling machines are affixed with a cleaning vacuum that removes any extraneous material from the capsule as they exit the equipment. Now, students, our last topic is soft gelatin capsules. Soft gelatin capsules are made of gelatin to which glycerin or polyhydric alcohol such as sorbitol has been added. Soft gelatin capsules are pharmaceutically elegant and are easily swallowed. Soft gelatin capsules which contain more moisture than the hard capsules may have preservative like methylparaben or propylparaben to retard microbial growth. Students, soft gelatin capsules may be oblong, oval, or round as we have discussed in the uh, starting slides. They may be single colored or two toned with and may be imprinted with identifying markings. Soft gelatin capsules are used to encapsulate and hermetically seal liquid suspension, pasty materials, dry powders, and even preformed tablets. So students, there is a term which is important to know, that is hermetically sealed. By hermetically sealed, we means that there is the content is protected from air. No air can enter into the system. Preparation of soft gelatin capsules. Student, soft gelatin capsules may be prepared by plate process and productive rotary or reciprocating die processes. Plate process, student. By the plate process, a warm sheet of plain or colored gelatin is placed on the bottom of the plate of the molded, and the medication containing liquid is evenly poured on it. Means there is a plate on which warm gelatin sheet is placed. Mold, there is a mold on the plate so that of that mold the capsule will be made. Then a second sheet of gelatin is carefully placed on the top of the medication and the top plate of the mold is put into place. Pressure is then applied on the mold to form, fill, and seal the capsule simultaneously. So one plate is above and one is below, and on the plate which is below, first warm sheet of plain or colored gelatin is placed on the bottom plate of the mold, and the medication containing liquid is evenly poured on it. Then a second sheet of gelatin is carefully placed on the top of the medication and the top plate of the mold is put into place. Pressure is then applied on the mold to form, fill, and seal the capsule simultaneously. Student, second method is productive rotary method or reciprocating method. By this method, liquid gelatin flowing from an overhead tank is formed into two continuous ribbons by the rotary die machine and brought together between twin rotating dies. At the same time, metered filled materials is injected between the ribbons precisely at the moment that the dies form pocket of the gelatin ribbons. These pockets of fill containing gelatins are sealed by pressure and heat and then served from the ribbon. Use of ribbons of two different colors result in bicolored capsules. These are the two twins which are rotating, and this twins contains gelatin sheet, and from the top of the machine dosing is done into the gelatin sheet and then capsules are made. This is the industrial setup for the preparation of soft gelatin capsules. Here you can see that this is the gelatin tank. From this gelatin tank, gelatin comes here, and this is the cooling drum. This gelatin cools the ribbons, and then when it comes into these two reciprocating rotary dies, this is the dosing material, the product tank. The product is dosed into it, and then these two rulers made the soft gelatin capsules. Students, as far as storage condition of the capsules are concerned, capsules should be stored in tightly capped containers in cool and dry place. There are few tests which are very important, and these are the compendial requirements for capsules. These tests are dissolution, content uniformity, weight variation, moisture permeation test, and disintegration test. These are the compendial requirements for the capsule testing before marketing. Thank you, students, for today's lecture.